You were never broke because of a lack of money. You were broke because no one ever taught you this. Thoughts are things, and powerful things at that, Napoleon Hill. You've been taught to get a job, to play it safe, to trade hours for dollars, to work hard and hope for the best. But wealth was never built on labor alone. Wealth is built in the mind and magnetized by belief. No one told you that every dollar you've ever earned, every opportunity you've ever had, every relationship you've ever attracted, all started with your thinking. The mind is not just a brain. It's a broadcasting station, transmitting frequencies every second of every day. And those frequencies, they become your reality. That's not a metaphor. That's law. The law of attraction doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you think, to what you feel, and to what you expect. So let me ask you this. What do you believe about money? What do you say to yourself every time you look at your bank account? Do you expect wealth or secretly fear it will never come? If your thinking hasn't changed, your finances never will. You don't get rich by wishing. You get rich by becoming a person who thinks like money already belongs to them. This video is your first step into that new identity. Most people will never understand this. They'll spend their entire lives grinding, hustling, surviving, but never stop to ask one powerful question. What if my income has less to do with my work and more to do with my thoughts? Think about it. Two people, same job, same hours, same opportunity. One barely survives. The other thrives. Why? Because one of them operates from fear. The other from faith. Your emotions control your vibration, and your vibration is what draws money to you or pushes it away. Let that sink in. You could have the talent, you could have the skills, you could have the resume, the connections, the education. But if your thoughts are tuned to fear, you'll repel wealth like it's a threat. Money doesn't flow to skill alone. It flows to certainty. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. The problem is, most people can conceive it, but they don't truly believe it. They doubt, they overthink, they sabotage, they cancel the order before the universe can deliver, because doubt is the great thief. It steals your blessings before they arrive. So if you're serious about attracting wealth, the first step is not more hustle. The first step is to eliminate the invisible enemies in your own mind. Scarcity thinking, emotional resistance, fear of failure, deep, hidden guilt around money. You can't attract what you don't feel worthy of. You can't receive what you don't believe you can handle. You can't embody wealth if your mind is still chained to the identity of being broke. You must upgrade your identity before you upgrade your income. This is the moment, right here, right now, where you stop chasing dollars and start magnetizing them. And it begins by becoming someone wealth is drawn to. Let's clear something up right now. Wanting money doesn't make you rich. If it did, almost everyone would be wealthy. Everyone wants more. Everyone wishes for better. Everyone says, I just need a little more money and my life would change. But wanting is weak. Wanting is passive. Wanting says, I hope this happens. Expectation says, it's already done. Understand this. The universe does not give you what you want. It gives you what you expect. That's not just a phrase. That's a law. The law of attraction responds to your emotional frequency. And the highest frequency isn't hope. It's certainty. That's what Napoleon Hill meant when he said, there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. You can say all the right affirmations. You can vision board for hours. You can write your goals 100 times a day. But if deep down you don't expect to be rich, if you still flinch when you spend money, if you still brace yourself for lack, if you still identify as someone who hopes it'll work out, then your thoughts are misaligned with your vision, and misalignment will block manifestation every single time. So here's the question that will change everything. What would it look like if you started expecting wealth instead of wishing for it? How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you dress? How would you show up in conversations, in business, in relationships? Because here's the truth. The rich version of you doesn't hope. They know. They move with clarity. They make decisions without fear. They speak abundance with their chest. They give freely. They invest wisely. And they expect money to find them because they are in alignment with it. So from this moment forward, stop waiting, stop begging, stop operating from the low vibration of I want, and rise into the energy of I already am. You don't manifest wealth from emptiness. You manifest it from fullness, from faith, from expectation. And when that becomes your dominant frequency, money will come looking for you. This is the part they never taught you in school. They told you to budget. They told you to save. They told you to cut back, get a job, retire at 65. But they never told you this. Your emotional state is one of the most powerful tools for attracting wealth. not your resume, not your GPA, not your industry, but your energy, your vibration, the way you feel day after day, hour after hour about yourself and your world. Because here's what Napoleon Hill understood. What most people miss, wealth doesn't just respond to strategy, it responds to state. Think about it. When you feel anxious, desperate, unworthy, what kind of energy are you giving off? You repel, you block, you send a signal that says, I'm not ready. But when you feel grateful, excited, bold, you open the floodgates, you become magnetic. Because abundance doesn't flow to fear, it flows to joy, to clarity, to boldness, to emotional alignment. Gratitude is a frequency, not just a feeling. If you only feel grateful after something shows up, you're operating in the past. But if you learn to feel grateful before the money hits your account, you shift into the future. You align with your desires as if they've already arrived, and that changes everything. Why? Because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. So if you can feel rich before the money's there, you become rich in vibration. And when you're rich in vibration, the money follows. So here's your practice. Wake up grateful before the success. Speak abundance before the evidence. Feel wealthy before the bank reflects it. Act like a magnet before the money moves. Because your emotional energy isn't just a mood, it's a message, a signal, a frequency that either says, I am available for abundance or I'm stuck in lack. And the universe always matches what you feel, not what you say. So from now on, don't just control your habits, control your state. Every time you feel yourself slipping back into doubt, pause. Every time you feel unworthy, pause. Every time you feel fear, pause and ask, what would the wealthy version of me feel right now? Then step into it, breathe it, feel it, own it, because that's how you stop attracting from fear and start attracting from faith. The secret sauce of attraction, acting like it's already yours. Let's talk about the missing piece, the one thing most people never do that keeps them stuck in wishful thinking while others build wealth. It's called embodiment. Embodiment means moving like it's already yours, thinking like the deal is already closed, speaking like the opportunity is already in motion, living like your wealth is not a dream but a done deal. This is what separates wishers from manifestors, hope from certainty, desire from results. You say you want the mansion, but are you taking care of the apartment you have now? You say you want the 7-figure business, but do you treat your current work with excellence? You say you want to fly first class, but do you carry yourself like someone who belongs there? You don't get the future by disrespecting the present, because the law of attraction doesn't respond to what you're waiting for. It responds to who you are being. And here's the truth. You can't attract the lifestyle of your dreams while living like the version of yourself who's afraid to claim it. Act as if, not to fake it, but to align. This isn't about pretending, it's about becoming. It's about shifting into the frequency of someone who already has what they desire. Think like that person, move like that person, speak like that person, spend like that person, plan like that person. Because when you embody the version of yourself that's already successful, you collapse time, you speed up manifestation, you shrink the gap between where you are and where you're meant to be. This is where most people fail. They think it's too soon. They say, I'll act that way when I get the money. But the law doesn't work that way. You don't wait until you're rich to feel rich. You feel rich, and the wealth arrives to match it. You don't wait until you have the opportunity to prepare. You prepare, and the opportunity appears. You don't wait for the moment to show up. You become the moment. So ask yourself every day, am I walking like it's already mine? Am I speaking like I belong there? Am I preparing like my breakthrough is guaranteed? Am I being the version of me that already has it? Because once you move into embodiment, reality follows your lead. Let's talk about one of the rarest traits in the world, a trait every wealthy person possesses, a trait every broke person avoids: decision. Wealthy people decide fast. They move with conviction. They choose without fear. Why? Because they trust their vision more than their circumstances. They don't need 10 opinions. They don't need perfect timing. They don't need a guarantee. They know what they want, and they move toward it with precision. Now contrast that with the average person, runner 80, indecisive, always waiting for the right moment, paralyzed by fear of making the wrong move, obsessed with what others will think, always needing external permission. But here's the truth. Every time you delay a decision, you delay your destiny. Because life doesn't wait, money doesn't wait, opportunity doesn't wait. It rewards those who are bold enough to claim it. Napoleon Hill said it best. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. That's not just advice, that's a strategy, a psychological tool for creating results. Because when you hesitate, you lose power. When you second guess, you leak energy. When you doubt, you delay. You want to attract money. Start moving like someone who knows they're already rich. So ask yourself, what decisions have you been avoiding? Is it time to start the business? Is it time to walk away from that old job? Is it time to invest in yourself, even if it scares you? Is it time to act, even if you're not ready? you'll never feel 100% ready, and that's exactly why you must move anyway. Wealth doesn't chase the most prepared, it follows the most certain. So from this point forward, be decisive, be bold, be clear. Don't just think like a millionaire, decide like one. Don't wait for proof, be the proof, because clarity isn't just mental, clarity is currency, and those who move with it never stay broke. If you want to know where your life is headed, look around, look at the people, look at the conversations, look at the energy you allow near you, because your environment is not neutral. It is either feeding your future or feeding your fear. Most people try to change their mindset while living in the same space that created their limitations. They try to dream big while surrounded by people who think small. They try to raise their vibration in a house filled with noise, stress, negativity, and they wonder why nothing changes. You can't become the wealthy version of yourself while living inside an ecosystem designed for struggle. The law of attraction responds to your vibration, but your vibration is shaped by your environment. If everyone around you is broke, your mind will normalize it. If your conversations revolve around bills, problems, and complaints, your thoughts will echo that energy. If your room, your workspace, your phone, your feed are filled with clutter and chaos, your brain will stay in survival mode, and a survival mind cannot manifest abundance. Here's the truth. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Jim Rohn and Napoleon Hill said, every brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station for the vibration of thought. So what are you tuned into daily? Gossip or greatness? Scarcity or strategy? Survival or success? Your environment is speaking to you constantly, programming your belief system. And if you don't choose that programming consciously, you will unconsciously live by someone else's limitations. So here's your challenge. Audit your environment. Who drains you? Who inspires you? What spaces uplift you? Which ones trigger fear? What do you listen to, watch, read every single day? And then start clearing, start cutting, start curating. Create a space so aligned with wealth that even when you're tired, it pulls you forward. Surround yourself with vision, not distraction, with builders, not beggars, with purpose, not pity, because your environment isn't just where you live, it's where your future is being formed. Here's the lie that kept generations broke. Money is the root of all evil. You've heard it. You've maybe even believed it. But that's not what the original quote says. The real quote, the love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself. Money is not evil. Money is not moral. Money is not wicked, greedy, or corrupt. Money is energy. It takes on the intentions of the one who holds it. It becomes a tool in the hands of the thinker. And when you learn to treat money as energy, everything changes. You stop chasing it. You start attracting it. You stop fearing it. You start flowing with it. You stop clinging to it. You start circulating it like oxygen. Because when you understand that money is a reflection of your inner world, you realize that your bank account is not just a number. It's a mirror of your mindset, your beliefs, your identity. Napoleon Hill taught, money without brains is always dangerous. Properly used, it is the most important essential of civilization. That means this: money amplifies the soul. If you're broken inside, it exposes that. If you're abundant inside, it multiplies that. So stop being afraid of having more. Start becoming the kind of person who can handle more. Wealth is a responsibility, a spiritual assignment, a magnifying glass for your character. That's why the law doesn't respond to lust or greed. It responds to clarity and contribution. So ask yourself, do I feel guilty for wanting more? Do I secretly believe money will make me a worse person? Do I fear judgment, envy, or abandonment if I become wealthy? Do I believe I must struggle to be spiritual, or that I can be both divinely guided and financially abundant? These hidden beliefs are blocking your flow, and they must be rewritten. You are not here to worship money. You are here to master it. Use it, move it, give it, multiply it. Let money become an extension of your purpose. You are not here to be broke and humble. You are here to be abundant and impactful, to use your wealth for freedom, to use your money as a megaphone for your mission, to use your riches to rewrite reality for yourself and others. Money is not evil. Money is amplification. And now, it's time to amplify you. Now let's get tactical, because mindset is the foundation, but discipline is the architecture. Wealthy people don't just think differently. They live differently. They move with systems. They live by standards. They walk with rituals that reinforce their reality every single day. Success is not random. It's not chaotic. It's engineered by habits that align with high-level thinking. The poor plan by emotion. The rich plan by principle. The poor react to the day. The rich create the day. The poor chase motivation. The rich master discipline. So if you want wealth, you must structure your life around it, mentally, physically, spiritually, because money flows to organized minds. Let's break down the key wealth habits. 1. Morning mastery. Woke up with intention. No chaos. No confusion. Speak your affirmations with belief. Meditate. Visualize. Command your reality. Ask yourself daily, how would the rich version of me move today? Read, study, watch the best. Listen to wealth wisdom daily. Protect your mind like it's a vault, because it is. 3. Money tracking. Know where every dollar goes. Wealthy people don't guess. They don't flinch when they open their bank apps. They treat money with respect, and money respects them back.
4. Execution over excuses. Process. Set goals daily and hit them. Build the habit of completion. Start small if you have to, but finish strong always. 5. Physical alignment. Your body is the vehicle of your wealth. Move it, fuel it, respect it. Health isn't separate from money. It's a reflection of how you treat your energy. And here's the most powerful habit of all. Refuse to negotiate with your old self. That version of you that procrastinates, that waits for permission, that says maybe later. That version must die daily. Because the new you, the wealthy thinker, the disciplined mover, the powerful creator, they rise with structure. They move with certainty. They execute with precision. Don't just learn this. Live this. Don't just listen. Build. Because once your habits align with your thoughts, manifestation becomes momentum, money becomes natural, and wealth becomes a routine. You can have all the tools. You can learn every strategy. You can build the routines, the rituals, the morning mastery. But if you don't believe deep down unshakably that you are destined to be wealthy, it will all collapse. Because faith is the engine. Faith is the fire. Faith is the force that tells the universe, I'm ready. I'm certain. I'm already there. Faith is not religious. Faith is mental muscle. It's the ability to see what hasn't shown up yet, to hold the vibration even when the reality says otherwise, to walk like a millionaire before the world gives you permission. That's what Napoleon Hill meant when he wrote, faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought. Without faith, your thoughts are weak. With faith, your thoughts command reality. Here's the raw truth. Most people only believe when it's easy, when things are working, when the results are visible. But those who rise, they believe before the evidence. When it's quiet, when it's slow, when it's scary, when the world laughs, they still believe. They still speak life. They still invest. They still move forward. Because faith is the spiritual signal that says I already have what I'm asking for. And the universe answers that signal every time. So ask yourself, where is my faith weak? Where am I only believing in moments of convenience? Where have I stopped speaking with conviction? You don't need more information. You need more immersion in faith, in vision, in certainty. Say it out loud. I believe in myself, even when others don't. I believe in my calling, even when I'm tired. I believe in my wealth, even when it hasn't shown up yet. I believe in the law, even when the world doubts it. That kind of faith, it bends time. It breaks chains. It builds legends. Because belief is more than mindset. Belief is a currency. And the wealthiest people on earth are the ones who believed when no one else did. Let me know when you're ready for chapter 11, where we'll unlock the law of receiving and why being open is just as important as being ambitious. Let's talk about something most people never realize. They don't have a manifestation problem. They have a receiving problem. They say they want the money. They say they want the clients. They say they want the blessings. But when the opportunity comes, they hesitate. They shrink. They doubt. They say, am I ready? Am I good enough? What if I mess it up? And just like that, they block the very thing they asked for. You have to understand something. The universe doesn't just respond to desire. It responds to readiness. And readiness isn't about having every skill or being perfect. Readiness is an energy. It's a willingness. It's the power to say, yes, I'm available for this. I accept this. I am ready to receive. If your hand is closed, if your heart is guarded, if your energy is defensive, you can't receive anything, not even the things you've been begging for. You can't receive wealth if you still believe you don't deserve it, if you fear judgment once you have it, if you believe taking means someone else must go without, if you reject compliments, help, guidance, generosity. How you receive anything is how you receive everything. So when someone gives to you, don't deflect. When opportunity knocks, don't delay. When the blessing shows up, don't push it away with doubt. Let it in. Let it flow. Let it find you wide open. Most people are praying for open doors, but walking around with closed minds and guarded hearts. They say, I want more, but their energy whispers, I don't believe I'm worthy of it yet. So here's the shift. Start practicing receiving like a pro. Receive compliments without shrinking. Receive money without guilt. Receive help without pride. Receive opportunity without fear. Receive love, support, favor, visibility without apology. Because the more open you are, the more available you become for everything you've been calling in. This is your season of overflow. Not because you're lucky, but because you're finally open. Open in belief. Open in energy. Open in action. Open in faith. Because when you become someone who receives with joy, you unlock a life where money, opportunity, love, and freedom are no longer miracles. They're normal. You've been told your whole life, work harder, grind more, sleep less, no days off. And sure, there's value in work ethic, but if hard work was the only requirement for success, the hardest workers would be the richest, and they're not. Because the truth is, hustle is only powerful when it's aligned. You can't outwork a misaligned life. You can hustle for 16 hours a day, but if you're chasing the wrong thing, if you're out of alignment with your soul, your values, your calling, you will burn out. You will fall short. You will sabotage the blessing, even if it arrives. That's not laziness. That's misalignment. You don't need more grind. You need more clarity. Alignment means your daily action matches your divine vision. When your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, your circle, your energy, your life are all pointed in the same direction, that's when the magic happens. That's when the universe gets loud. That's when manifestation speeds up, because now you're not forcing your future. You're flowing with it. The world will try to convince you that more is always better. More hustle, more noise, more pressure. But those who live in alignment, they get more done in an hour of clarity than others get done in a week of chaos. Because alignment is leverage. When you're aligned, the right people show up. The right ideas flow. The money finds you. The next step reveals itself. You stop chasing success. Success starts chasing you. So ask yourself, does your schedule reflect your dream? Do your habits align with your identity? Are your goals coming from your soul or your ego? If the answer isn't crystal clear, it's time to recalibrate, because hustle will get you exhaustion, but alignment will get you everything. Final thought of the chapter. Work hard, yes, but work hard on the right thing, in the right season, from the right energy, with the right mindset. That's not laziness, that's wisdom, that's alignment. And alignment is where all your wealth is waiting.
At some point, you have to stop trying to get rich and start becoming rich in identity, because wealth isn't something you chase, it's something you embody. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. That's the law, that's the truth, that's the code. Until your identity matches your desires, you'll always be out of alignment with abundance. You can say you want millions, but do you move like a millionaire? You can affirm abundance, but do you still flinch every time you spend? You can pray for freedom, but are you still chained to an identity built on survival? You can't become wealthy in reality if you're still committed to the identity of someone who's broke in belief. Who you are being is the magnet. This is deeper than strategy. This is deeper than hustle. This is subconscious identity shift. And this is where Napoleon Hill's real genius shines. Riches begin in the form of thought. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. That means your current financial life is the byproduct of the character you've been playing. And if that character is scared, hesitant, doubtful, that's what you'll keep manifesting. So it's time to let that character go. Ask yourself, what version of me do I need to retire to rise into my wealth? What lies have I been telling myself about what I can't do, be, or have? What old story am I still living out long after it's expired? The real shift happens when you stop tweaking your habits and start transforming your identity. You are no longer the victim. You are no longer the struggler. You are no longer the one who just gets by. You are no longer almost great. You are already great, just waiting for your identity to catch up to your calling. So here's your new truth. I am the kind of person that money flows to easily. I am the kind of person that executes with excellence. I am the kind of person that sees opportunity and seizes it. I am the kind of person who is worthy of wealth, freedom, luxury, and impact. Speak it, walk it, believe it, be it. Because wealth is not a goal you chase, it's a vibration you become. And when your identity becomes the match for your vision, money will come looking for you. Let me know when you're ready for Chapter 14, where we'll step into your legacy. How becoming rich is not just about you, it's about everyone who will be changed by your transformation. This was never just about money, not really. This journey, this mindset shift, this transformation of identity, this rise into wealth, it was never just about cars, houses, or digits in a bank account. It was about freedom. It was about impact. It was about the legacy you leave behind. Because true wealth doesn't stop with you. It begins with you and flows into generations. Look around you. Someone in your bloodline has to break the cycle. Someone has to rewrite the story. Someone has to stand up and say, the struggle ends with me. The wealth begins with me. You are not just manifesting for yourself. You are shifting the fate of everyone who comes after you. Your family will live differently because of you. Your community will be inspired because of you. Your name will mean something different because of you. You are not just building wealth. You are building a legacy of possibility. Legacy is more than inheritance. It's energy. It's memory. It's impact. It's the moment they say your name and feel power in it. Not pity, not pain. Power. It's what you build when no one's watching. It's what you pass on through mindset, not just money. Because generational wealth doesn't start with savings. It starts with a decision. And that decision is made every day. When you choose faith over fear, action over apathy, vision over victimhood. So when the road gets hard, remember this. You are not doing this just for you. You're doing it for everyone who didn't know how. You're doing it for everyone who gave up too soon. You're doing it for the kid watching, hoping someone in the family would finally make it. You're doing it for the future version of you who gets to wake up, breathe deeply, smile at the view and say, I really did this. I really changed everything. This isn't just about changing your income. It's about changing your impact. So the question is, will your life end in survival or will your name live in abundance? Because this is your season. This is your calling. This is your legacy to build. And the world is waiting to see what happens when someone like you finally steps into their power and never looks back. Let me know when you're ready for the final Chapter 15, where we'll deliver the emotional crescendo and call to action that seals this transformation and launches the viewer into action. Take a breath. Feel that. That's not just oxygen, that's power. The kind of power most people never tap into because they spend their whole lives looking for something they were born with. And now, so are you. Because you didn't just watch this video, you answered a call to think differently, to move differently, to stop playing small, to stop running from the wealth that's already chasing you. This isn't just information. This isn't just motivation. This is activation. You've been given the tools. You've been handed the blueprint. You've unlocked the truth behind the law of attraction, not as a fantasy, but as a force you now command with your thoughts, your energy, your words, your identity. Here's the final truth. You are the source of your wealth. You are the gatekeeper of your breakthrough. You are the creator of your new reality. Everything you desire is already moving toward you. Everything you seek is already seeking you. But you must stop waiting. Waiting for the perfect time. Waiting for someone to tell you it's okay. Waiting for results before you take responsibility. This is the part where most people go back to sleep. They get hyped and then go back to scrolling. They feel inspired, but change nothing. They say that was powerful and go right back to their old life. But not you, not this time, not after everything you've just unlocked, not after everything you've survived to get here, because now you know too much, you've seen too clearly, you've remembered who you really are. So this is it, not tomorrow, not next year, right now. This is the moment you declare, I am done living on repeat, I am ready to receive, I am stepping into wealth, not as a wish, but as a decision. Say it, live it, move in it. Your next level isn't waiting for more proof, it's waiting for more faith. And once your faith becomes unshakable, so will your future. Change your thoughts, change your words, change your energy, change your identity, and you will change your life. Because the wealth you've been chasing, it's already inside you. Now go get it. Not just at the end of this video, but at the edge of your old life. You've walked through fire. You've torn down limiting beliefs. You've stared into the mirror and met your future self. Now comes the real decision. Will you go back to thinking like everyone else? Or will you rise mind first and step into a life of wealth, built by design? Because the truth you've been given isn't entertainment. It's not a motivational high. It's not a feel-good message. It is a formula, a system, a universal principle passed from generation to generation, carried by visionaries, teachers, thinkers, and brought to life by those few who dared to believe. And now it's yours. That wealth begins in the mind, not in the market, not in the economy, not in your job title. It begins with thought. And what is a thought? It is a command, a frequency, a signal that echoes beyond your brain into your subconscious, into your emotions, into your energy, and into the universe itself. Thought is the blueprint, belief is the architect, action is the builder, and wealth is the result. You've been taught to hustle, to grind, to sacrifice your soul for scraps. But now you know better. You know that when you change your thoughts, you change your emotions. When you change your emotions, you change your actions. And when your actions align with your vision, money comes. Money must come. And still, you will be tested. You'll feel the pull of old thinking. You'll hear the voice that whispers, it's not working. You're not ready. You don't have what it takes. But that voice is not your truth. That voice is a program. It's the echo of generations who lived in fear, not freedom. People who survived instead of soared. You are not here to survive. You are here to break the chain, to be the first. The one they talk about at family gatherings. The one who turned everything around. The one who looked at their bank account, their job, their environment, and said, this ends with me. You are the breaker of cycles, the creator of legacy, the architect of a new normal, and it doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. So I ask you, will you trust this power? Will you live it? Not just today, but every day. Will you remind yourself morning and night that you are worthy of wealth, that you are capable of creation, that the universe responds to you? Because the moment you start walking like wealth is yours, it begins walking toward you. Voiceover shifts, rising again. You've learned about the law of attraction. You've studied the teachings of Napoleon Hill. You've been given the blueprint. But the final step, the one that makes this real, is decision. A decision to think differently, to feel differently, to act differently, to move with faith, not fear. Because as Hill taught us, faith is the head chemist of the mind. Faith is the glue. Faith is the fire. Faith is the force that bends reality. You've done the work. Now the question is, will you live it? Most people never choose. They drift. They repeat. They recycle the same fears, the same habits, the same stories, and wonder why nothing changes. But not you. You're not here to repeat. You're here to reinvent. You're here to rewire a mind that was shaped by limitation and turn it into a magnet for wealth, opportunity, and power. You've learned that money is not a miracle. It's a response to your frequency, to your belief, to your clarity. Money is not emotional. It doesn't care where you started. It doesn't care about your excuses. It responds to alignment. When your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions align with abundance, money appears. But here's what they don't tell you. The law doesn't care what you want. The law only cares what you expect. Expectation is the activator, not begging, not wishing, not even working harder than everyone else. You can grind all day in the wrong frequency and never move an inch, but shift your internal state, and suddenly, miracles feel like math. This is the missing piece. This is why people fail to manifest. They say, I want wealth, but they expect struggle. They say, I am abundant, but they feel fear in their body. You can't lie to the universe. You can't fake the vibration. So what's the answer? You become the vibration. You become the version of you who is already wealthy, and then you walk like it, talk like it, move like it, give like it, create like it, and in time, reality has no choice but to catch up. Let's get something clear. You were not born to chase money. You were born to attract it by the power of who you decide to become. And now you've seen what's possible. You've touched the truth. You're not a victim. You're a magnet. You're not a struggler. You're a signal. You're not trying to get rich. You're becoming a rich thinker, which means wealth must follow. It's law. There's something deeper you need to hear. You were never supposed to just make money. You were meant to leave a mark, to shift your bloodline, to build something your children's children will feel, to create freedom, not just for you, but for everyone who ever came after you. This isn't about flexing. This isn't about cars or status or clout. This is about breaking curses. This is about building bridges. This is about becoming the version of you the world has been waiting for, and it starts where it always has, in the mind. Your mind is the starting point of every fortune. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. The subconscious mind will translate into reality a thought driven by faith. That means this: if you feed your mind the same struggle, the same fear, the same doubt, you'll keep recreating what you hate. But if you start feeding it vision, if you start planting thoughts of abundance, if you start expecting greatness instead of failure, everything will begin to move. Not just your income, not just your results, but your identity, your direction, your relationships, your environment. Because when the mind transforms, your life must follow. So what now? Now you become obsessed, not with results, but with the person you are becoming. You ask yourself daily, who am I when no one's watching? What do I believe about wealth? Am I still thinking like the old me or the version of me that already has it? What am I tolerating that the rich version of me would never accept? Where am I hiding from my own greatness? These aren't feel-good questions. These are the tools of transformation. Because the moment you stop tolerating poverty in your thoughts, you stop attracting it in your life. Now the path is clear. You've been handed the truth, the principle, the code. All that remains is how seriously you take it. The mind is the switch. The belief is the current. The action is the conductor. The result is inevitable. You are no longer the same. Let's bring it into focus. Let's take this truth and burn it into your memory. Your outer world is a mirror, a reflection of your inner world. So if you want to shift your finances, stop looking at your bills and start looking at your beliefs. If you want more money, stop asking how and start asking who you need to become. If you want to live like the top 1%, stop moving like the 99%. It all begins with the way you think, and when that shifts permanently, deliberately, powerfully, the money will follow. Now let's talk alignment, because that's where most people fall off. They hear this, they get fired up, they feel unstoppable, until life hits them in the mouth, until the money doesn't come fast enough, until someone says no, until a bill shows up, until fear creeps back in, and they go right back to the old frequency. That's not you. You've come too far for that. Here's what aligned wealth thinking looks like. You think abundance no matter what the account balance says. You speak wealth even when surrounded by poverty. You carry confidence before anyone else believes in you. You act with precision when no one is clapping for you. You give value before the paycheck arrives. You walk in faith while others beg for proof, because faith is the currency and certainty is the vibration. When you expect money like you expect the sun to rise, the universe moves faster. You must walk differently now. You must wake up like someone who's already free. Think like someone who has already made it. Move like someone who's already wealthy. This is not faking it. This is not delusion. This is creation. This is alignment. This is the vibration that bends reality. The question is no longer, can I become rich? The question is, can I hold the identity long enough for the world to catch up? Because if you do, nothing can stop you. Let's go even deeper. Because this moment, this shift, it isn't just about you. It's about everyone connected to your name. When you change your mindset, you change your bloodline. When you shift from poverty thinking to abundance vibration, you rewrite the story for generations you will never meet. Your children won't have to recover from survival mode. Your family won't have to beg, borrow, or settle. You'll be the first name in the line that flipped the script. They will say, that's the one who broke the curse. That's the one who thought differently. That's the one who dared to believe when no one else did. You will not be forgotten. Because legacy doesn't begin with money. Legacy begins with mindset. So ask yourself, what if the entire future of your family tree is hanging on your thoughts today? What if the next $1 million idea, the next door, the next relationship, the next breakthrough is just waiting on you to become the version of you that thinks like it's already done? This isn't about ego. This is about assignment. You were assigned to this era, this time, this calling, and it all starts with the choice to rewire the system that was downloaded into you before you could speak. You've done it. You've stayed present. You've soaked in the truth. You've absorbed the wisdom. But now you must decide if this video becomes a memory or a movement. If it becomes motivation you forget tomorrow, or a mission you carry until your last breath. Because the world needs you rich, not just for the car, not for the watch, but for the power. The power to choose, the power to lead, the power to give, the power to build. Do not walk away from this video the same. Do not slip back into thinking like the version of you that was scared, broke, or small. You've seen too much, heard too much, felt too much. You've been awakened, and once you awaken, you don't go back. Now it's time. Time to accept who you really are. Time to walk as the one who knows the truth, not the one who hopes it works. Time to shed the old skin, the old story, the old excuses, the old energy. You've been given the keys. Don't die at the gate. Don't be the person who heard the law, felt the shift, but never moved on it. You're not watching this by accident. This wasn't just a video, it was a spiritual assignment. Something inside of you knew it was time. Time to rise, time to remember, time to become. You are the creator of your financial reality. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be, holding the exact wisdom you were meant to hear, at the exact moment your soul was finally ready to receive. No more doubt, no more waiting, no more survival mode. This is your era. This is your identity. This is your wealth season. And it starts the moment you stop waiting for permission and walk like it's already yours. Let your thoughts reflect abundance. Let your habits match wealth. Let your expectations scream success. Let your emotions overflow with gratitude. Let your vibration anchor in the frequency of already done, because you've already received it. You just need to catch up to it. Before we close, take one last breath, in through the nose, hold, out through the mouth. Let the old thoughts go. Let the small version of you fall away. Let fear exit your body like smoke leaving fire. You're not who you were when this video started. You're reborn, rewired, rebuilt. You are ready, and the universe is listening. And now, we seal it. We lock in the truth. We ignite the power. We anchor the vibration that will carry you from this moment into every miracle that's been waiting for your alignment. This isn't the end of a video. This is the beginning of a new identity. You are now a wealthy thinker, and because of that, money has no choice but to move in your direction. You are now a match for abundance, a magnet for opportunity, a leader of legacy, a student of universal law, a soldier of belief, and a builder of a new world. Because when you change the way you think, you don't just attract money, you attract power, you attract peace, you attract purpose, you attract the life you were born to live. Let this be the moment they remember, the day everything shifted, the hour you snapped the chain, the second you stood in front of your past and said, "You don't define me anymore." From here forward, every breath you take affirms the truth. I am rich in mind, I am rich in spirit, I am rich in action, and now I become rich in reality. Voiceover slows, reverent. To those who doubted you, let your results speak louder than your defense. To the younger version of you, let your wealth be the apology and the reward. Let your mind be the evidence that belief is the most powerful force on earth. You are no longer asking the universe for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. You are no longer praying for freedom. You are the frequency that manifests it. You are no longer dreaming of change. You are becoming the change. This is the Hill Code. This is your new blueprint. This is how you build wealth with your thoughts, your faith, and your fire. So go now and attract what's already yours.
There's a secret that's been buried beneath the noise of the world, hidden in plain sight, a force so powerful, so precise, that it's been shaping your life since the day you were born. Whether you realized it or not, it's not a trick, it's not magic, it's not wishful thinking, it's law, the law of attraction, and it's working every single second of your life, whether you choose to control it or let it control you. This is the force behind every success story, every rags to riches rise, every comeback, breakthrough, transformation, and miracle you've ever witnessed, because the law of attraction doesn't care where you come from. It doesn't care about your past, your mistakes, your bank account, your failures. It only cares about one thing. What are you thinking, feeling, and becoming right now? You see, everything in this universe is energy. Every thought, every emotion, every belief, it all vibrates. And like energy attracts like energy. That means what you focus on, what you believe, what you dwell on, is what you attract. So if your life is full of chaos, struggle, fear, and lack, it's not because you're cursed, it's because you've been unknowingly broadcasting those frequencies, and the universe, like a mirror, is just giving them back to you. But now you're waking up. Now you're taking the power back. Now you're about to learn the most important truth of your entire life. You are the creator. You are not a victim. You are not stuck. You are not lost. You are a walking, breathing, magnetic field of potential. And the moment you learn how to harness your thoughts, the moment you learn how to master your emotions, the moment you learn how to direct your energy like a laser, you become unstoppable. This video isn't here to entertain you. It's here to rebuild you, to reprogram the way you think, to activate the truth inside of you that's been buried under fear, doubt, and small thinking. Because once you understand this law, once you live it, once you become it, you don't just attract success, you attract the exact life you were born to live. So get ready, take a deep breath, open your mind, and step into a new reality. This is the law of attraction. This is your power. This is where everything changes. The law of attraction is not a trend. It's not a a fantasy. And it's not just another self-help concept passed around in quotes and cliches. The law of attraction is the most powerful universal principle that governs the reality you live in. Here's what it means. Whatever you consistently think about, you attract. Whatever you feel on a regular basis, you pull into your experience. Whatever you believe with emotion, repetition, and conviction becomes your reality. Everything in your life right now, good or bad, is the result of what you've been attracting. Not intentionally, but unconsciously. Because the truth is, you've always been using the law of attraction. You just didn't know it. You were thinking thoughts of struggle and attracting more struggle. You were focused on lack and drawing in more bills. You were doubting yourself and calling in more rejection. Not because you wanted those things, but because your dominant vibration was in sync with them. Let that sink in. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Wanting something is not enough. You must align with it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. And once you do, once your internal world matches the frequency of what you desire, the external world has no choice but to follow. That's not opinion. That's not philosophy. That's physics. Science tells us that everything in the universe is made of energy, atoms, cells, thoughts, emotions. It's all vibration. Your thoughts send out frequencies. Your emotions intensify those frequencies. And those frequencies interact with the quantum field, the invisible force that connects all things. What you put out comes back. That's the law. Like gravity. Unchanging. Undeniable. Working whether you believe in it or not. And the most powerful part, you're in control. You can choose your thoughts. You can shift your feelings. You can change your beliefs. And when you do, you change your point of attraction. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. So the law of attraction isn't something to try. It's something to embody. It's not about thinking positive once and hoping for a miracle. It's about living in alignment, moment by moment, with the life you want to create. That means every word you speak, every image you hold, every emotion you allow is either moving you closer to your dream or further away. And the choice is yours. Every second, every thought, every breath, you are either creating by design or by default. But now you know, now you're aware. And awareness is the first step to mastery. So the question becomes, what are you attracting right now? And more importantly, are you willing to change your frequency to match the future you truly desire? If the answer is yes, then this journey is just beginning. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your life is a reflection of your most dominant thoughts, not your wishes, not your dreams, not your goals written in a journal, but the thoughts you think all day long, the thoughts you allow to loop on repeat in the background of your mind. Those are the architects of your world. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are not random. They are blueprints. Every time you think a thought, you're giving it power. And the more you repeat it, the deeper it sinks into your subconscious. The deeper it sinks, the more it becomes your identity. And once it becomes identity, it shapes your behavior. And your behavior, that's what shapes your results. Let me say that again. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs become identity. Identity becomes behavior. Behavior becomes reality. So if you think, I'm not good enough, I'll never have money, people like me don't succeed, even if you smile on the outside, your inner frequency is pushing your future away. Because the law of attraction doesn't respond to words. It responds to energy. And energy is produced by thoughts, especially the ones you emotionally believe. So the work begins inside. If you want a new reality, you need a new way of thinking. A disciplined mind. A mind that refuses to entertain thoughts of lack. A mind that is trained, like an elite warrior, to focus only on what empowers, expands, and aligns. Here's what that means practically. When you wake up, don't just reach for your phone. Reach for a thought that empowers you. When something goes wrong, don't spiral. Pause, breathe, and redirect. When doubt whispers, you can't respond with the truth. I am capable. I am aligned. I am already becoming. It's not enough to want more. You have to think in alignment with more. That means thinking from your future self. Let me explain. The version of you who is already wealthy, who already lives in purpose, who already attracts love, health, and abundance, they think differently than you do right now. So the secret is this. Start thinking the thoughts your future self would think. Now, not later, not once you have it. Now, because thought is the cause. Reality is the effect. If you keep thinking like the old you, you'll keep living the old life. But if you dare to think like the evolved you, with discipline, with clarity, with power, you unlock a new timeline, a new path, a new frequency, a new life. So how do you begin? Step 1. Observe. Pay attention. Catch the thoughts that sneak in like thieves. I can't. This always happens to me. It's not working. Catch them in the act. Don't let them pass. Step 2. Interrupt. Stop the loop. Snap your fingers. Clap. Stand up. Break the pattern in your body. Step 3. Replace. Don't just stop the negative thought. Replace it. I am becoming wealthy. Everything is working in my favor. I attract solutions. I attract growth. I attract miracles. Step 4. Repeat until it's you. Don't do it once. Do it until it feels like second nature. Until it becomes your default frequency. Because when your thoughts match your vision, the universe obeys. You don't just think about a better life. You begin to create it. Thought by thought. If thoughts are the blueprint of reality, emotion is the fire that brings the blueprint to life. This is the part most people miss. They think the law of attraction is just about positive thinking, about saying the right words or writing goals on paper. But the truth is, it's not just about what you think, it's about what you feel. Because feeling is vibration, feeling is frequency. And the law of attraction responds to frequency above all else. You could say I'm wealthy 100 times, but if your body is still vibrating with fear, stress, lack, and disbelief, you'll attract more of what your body is really broadcasting. Understand this. The universe speaks emotion. It doesn't respond to lip service. It doesn't answer surface level wishes. It tunes into your core signal, the emotional energy that lives underneath your words.
That's why gratitude is powerful. That's why love is magnetic. That's why joy multiplies abundance. Because those emotions are high-frequency signals, and they pull back everything that matches them. You are a walking transmitter. Every second of every day, your emotions are calling things in. So the real question is not, what do I want? The real question is, what emotional state am I living in? Because your dominant emotion becomes your dominant attraction point. That's why you must become the emotional match for the life you want before it shows up. Want wealth? Start feeling abundant. Want love? Start radiating love. Want success? Start embodying confidence, certainty, and joy. Don't wait for the thing to show up to feel the feeling. Feel the feeling and the thing will follow. That's not fantasy. That's frequency. That's law. So how do you master this? Step 1. Become emotionally self-aware. Don't just think about what you're thinking. Feel what you're feeling. Name it. Own it. Is it fear, doubt, excitement, peace? Awareness is power. Step 2. Shift the state. You don't have to wait to feel better. You can choose. Move your body. Play music that lifts you. Visualize something powerful. Say something out loud that shifts the energy. Emotion is motion, so move. Step 3. Practice feeling the future. Close your eyes. Step into the version of you that already has it all. What does it feel like? Not what does it look like. What does it feel like? Let your body become familiar with that future now. Because the more you rehearse that feeling, the more you normalize it, and the more your body believes this is who I am now. That's the shift. That's where reality starts bending. That's when the people, the money, the miracles start showing up. Not because you begged, but because your energy said it is already done. The future responds to your frequency, and your frequency is created by your feelings. So choose your feelings, like your future depends on it. Because it does. You've got the thought. You've got the emotion. Now it's time for the truth that holds it all together. Belief. If thought is the spark, if emotion is the fuel, then belief is the bridge that carries your dream from the unseen world into the physical. Here's what most people don't understand. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you truly believe, not what you pretend to believe, not what you say in front of others, not what you post online, but what you believe deep in your subconscious, what you accept as true when no one's watching. That's what creates your life, every time, without fail. So let me ask you, do you truly believe you can be wealthy? Do you truly believe you're worthy of love? Do you truly believe you can rise above your circumstances and build a life of purpose, power, and abundance? Or have you been saying the right words, while still believing the old lies? Money is hard to make. I always mess things up. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve more. People like me don't succeed, because until those beliefs change, no amount of vision boards or affirmations will save you. Belief is the operating system of your life. Everything else runs on top of it. If the system is corrupted, the results are corrupted, no matter how good the surface looks. So how do you change belief? Step 1. Identify the virus. You can't fix what you don't face. You have to get brutally honest. What do you really believe about yourself? About money? About success? About love? About life? Write it down. Stare it in the face. No filter. No fluff. Step 2. Destroy the lie. Every limiting belief is a lie you inherited from your parents, your environment, society, your past. But just because you believed it yesterday doesn't mean you have to carry it into tomorrow. Challenge it, burn it, replace it. Money is hard becomes, money flows to me with purpose, value, and ease. I always mess up becomes, I am growing, evolving, and mastering this process daily. I don't deserve more becomes, I was born worthy. I choose abundance now. Step 3. Install the new code. Repetition, emotion, visualization. Speak it, feel it, see it, act like it, every single day. Because belief isn't changed by logic, it's changed by experience. And when you speak a new truth, feel it in your body, and act in alignment with it, your subconscious has no choice but to accept the new identity. That's when the bridge is built. That's when what was once impossible becomes natural. That's when the gap between where you are and where you want to be disappears. Belief is the difference between watching other people live their dreams and walking into yours. So believe, deeply and unapologetically, even when it feels unfamiliar, even when your past says otherwise, even when nothing around you supports it yet. Because belief is not about proof. Belief is what creates proof. Say it with me. I believe. And because I believe, I receive. The greatest prison is the one you can't see. And the most powerful force that shapes your life is not your environment. It's not your education. It's not your past. It's your subconscious mind. The part of your mind that runs 95% of your life. Your habits, your instincts, your identity, your energy, your attraction point. The subconscious doesn't judge. It doesn't debate. It doesn't decide what's true. It simply accepts whatever you repeat with emotion and consistency. It's been programmed since childhood, by your parents, your teachers, your culture, your experiences. And now it's the script running in the background of your reality, controlling how you feel, how you act, and what you attract. So if you want to change your life, you can't just change your thoughts once. You have to reprogram the subconscious. You have to rewrite the script that's playing behind the scenes. And when you do, your life begins to shift automatically. You won't have to force confidence. You won't have to fake belief. You won't have to try to attract wealth. You'll become the kind of person that wealth is drawn to, effortlessly. So how do you do it? Step 1. Awareness. Catch the script. Start by listening to what your inner voice says when you're not paying attention. I can't afford that. Things never work out for me. This is just how life is. I'm not that lucky. People like me don't win. That's the old script. That's the operating system that's been holding you back. And the first step is catching it without judgment. Step 2. Interrupt the pattern. When that limiting thought arises, interrupt it immediately. Snap your fingers, clap, stand up, say stop. You must break the loop physically, not just mentally. This sends a signal to your nervous system. We don't believe that anymore. Step 3. Replace with power. Now install a new belief, one that aligns with your future, not your past. Say it, out loud, with force. Money flows to me with ease. I am worthy of success. Everything is working in my favor. I'm aligned with wealth, peace, and power. It might feel weird at first. That's okay. You're not lying to yourself. You're training yourself. Just like muscles at the gym, your subconscious mind strengthens with repetition. Step 4. Visualize it until it feels real. Close your eyes. See yourself living in that new belief. Feel it in your body. See the bank account full. See yourself walking with confidence. See the home, the relationship, the business, the peace. Don't just imagine the result. Become the person who lives that result. Because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. So if you show it wealth in your mind, repeatedly, emotionally, consistently, it begins to expect it. And once the subconscious expects it, it pulls it into reality like a magnet. Step 5. Daily rituals to reinforce the code. Reprogramming isn't a one-time event. It's a daily lifestyle. Morning affirmations, nighttime visualizations, journaling your future self, speaking power over your day, surrounding yourself with high-frequency input. This is how you build a mind that can't be broken. This is how you create a subconscious that works for you, not against you. So hear this now. Your subconscious is programmable, and you are the programmer. You don't have to live with the old story anymore. You don't have to accept the script you were given. You can write a new code. You can design a new identity. You can become someone you've never seen. Because the truth is, that version of you is already inside you waiting to be activated. And now, it's time to activate it fully. Because when the subconscious is aligned, you become unstoppable. Everything that exists in this world, every invention, every building, every fortune, every legacy, started as a single image in someone's mind. A vision. Clear, unshakable, so vivid that it became unavoidable. What you can see in your mind, you can hold in your hand. This is the power of visualization. It's not fantasy. It's not make-believe. It's the first stage of manifestation, because the subconscious mind operates in pictures. And the more clearly you can picture your future, with emotion, with repetition, with detail, the faster that image becomes your attraction point. Here's the secret. You don't visualize to escape your reality. You visualize to design it. And if you do it with clarity and consistency, your mind begins to accept it as truth, and your energy begins to shift to match that truth. And the universe responds. So how do you do it right? Step 1. Create a mental movie. This isn't just daydreaming. This is cinematic creation. Close your eyes. Now step into your future as if it's already happening. Where do you live? What do you see when you wake up? What does your bank account say? What kind of car are you driving? What clothes are you wearing? Who's around you? What does your schedule look like? How does it feel? Make it real. Make it vivid. Make it unforgettable. Step 2. Attach emotion. Feeling is what imprints the vision into your subconscious. Don't just see yourself wealthy. Feel the peace of financial freedom. Don't just see yourself in shape. Feel the strength, the pride. Don't just see yourself in love. Feel the safety, the joy, the connection. Emotion is the glue. It locks the vision into your nervous system. Step 3. Repeat daily. Your mind becomes what it rehearses. So rehearse your dream life every single day. In the morning, set the tone. At night, plant the seed. During the day, check in with the vision. Don't just visualize passively. Step into it. Live in it. Own it. Step 4. Visualize from the end. Don't see yourself wanting the thing. Visualize from the place where you've already received it. Stand in the energy of I am, not I hope, I have, not I want. I live this, not one day. This is what professional athletes do. This is what billionaires do. This is what visionaries and creators have always done. They live the result before it shows up, and by the time the world sees it, they've already seen it 1,000 times in their mind. Here's what happens when you do this consistently. You start making decisions like your future self. You start speaking with certainty, not doubt. You start walking in confidence, not confusion. You start attracting opportunities that match the version of you you've been becoming in private. The vision you hold becomes the life you live. So start holding a vision so clear, so rich in detail, so saturated in feeling, that your subconscious gets confused and says this must be real. And once it believes that, everything around you starts shifting to match it. That's not luck. That's law. There's a frequency more powerful than hustle, more magnetic than visualization, more transformative than repetition alone. It's not complicated. It doesn't require money, effort, or perfection. It's simple, but it's divine. It's gratitude. And when you understand its true power, you'll stop using it as a reaction and start using it as a magnet. Because gratitude is not just a virtue. It's not just good manners. It's a vibrational alignment tool. And when you practice it before the blessing shows up, you collapse time. You shift your frequency. You become a match to everything you've been asking for. Let me be clear. Gratitude is not a response. Gratitude is a signal, a message to the universe that says, I already feel the blessing. I already receive it. I already believe. And when you say thank you in advance, you step into faith frequency, the highest level of attraction there is. Here's why this matters. Gratitude neutralizes fear. It dissolves doubt. It rewires your brain to notice what's working instead of what's missing. And the moment your focus shifts from lack to abundance, you activate the law of attraction at full force, because the universe responds to the energy you put out, and the energy of gratitude says, I'm already rich, I'm already safe, I'm already connected, fulfilled, and powerful, and now I'm open to more. That's when life pours in the overflow. So how do you use it? Step 1. Gratitude in the now. Every single day, pause, look around, feel the blessings that already exist, not just mentally, emotionally. Gratitude is not a list, it's a state. Say it, speak it, feel it. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this opportunity to grow. Thank you for what I have now, and for what's coming. Even if you don't have everything yet, there is always something to be thankful for, and the moment you recognize it, you raise your frequency. Step 2. Gratitude in advance. This is where the shift happens. Start giving thanks for the things you've asked for before they arrive. Thank you for the financial breakthrough. Thank you for the love that's coming into my life. Thank you for the freedom I'm stepping into. Thank you for the business, the peace, the overflow. Don't wait for the manifestation to feel grateful. Feel grateful so the manifestation can arrive. You are not faking it. You are aligning with it. Step 3. Turn gratitude into a daily ritual. Wake up and say thank you before you say anything else. Go to bed in appreciation. Keep a gratitude journal. Speak gratitude aloud when fear shows up. Use gratitude as your shield and your sword, because the person who masters gratitude masters abundance. Here's the truth. You don't attract more by needing more. You attract more by being thankful for what you have, while staying open to receive. Gratitude closes the gap between someday and now. It makes you whole. It makes you magnetic. It makes you unstoppable. You want to raise your frequency instantly. Start saying thank you even for the storm. Even for the pain, even for the process, because the universe rewards those who trust the journey enough to give thanks before the arrival.
That was not poetry. That was a law, a spiritual law, a mental law, a universal law. And yet most people hear those words and do nothing. They nod, they quote, they move on. But not you. You're here because something inside of you knows that you were not born to be broke. You were not born to struggle. You were not born to fear the first of the month. You were born to create wealth, to attract abundance, to command reality with your mind, your words, your energy. In this video, we will break the chains. We will rewire the mind. We will burn the old beliefs to the ground and rebuild a new blueprint, one aligned with power, purpose, prosperity. You don't get rich by luck. You get rich by law. And today we're invoking it. Welcome to your transformation. Welcome to change the way you think, and you will start attracting money. They told you money comes from work. They told you money comes from time. They told you money comes from who you know, what you studied, or what you inherited. But they never told you the truth. Money flows where the mind is aligned. And until you change the way you think, you will never attract wealth that lasts. Let that hit, because what you believe about money, what you speak about wealth, what you expect from life becomes your financial reality. You are not broke because you're lazy. You are not stuck because you're unlucky. You're not struggling because you're not smart enough. You are stuck because your mind is playing for survival when it was built for abundance. This is the great trap, and most people live their entire lives inside it, never realizing the enemy isn't out there. The enemy is the voice inside that says, I don't deserve more. Money is hard to come by. Rich people are greedy. It's too late for me. Those thoughts, they're not facts. They're programming. And every time you think them, speak them, or feel them, you reinforce the chains that keep wealth away from you. This is why Napoleon Hill said, more gold has been mined from the thoughts of men than has ever been taken from the earth, because the real mine is your mind, and the real treasure is belief. Until you change the way you think, you will repel money, no matter how hard you work. But once you rewire your thoughts, once you speak abundance, once you shift your emotional frequency to match prosperity, the universe opens up, doors swing wide, opportunities multiply, ideas flow, and wealth begins to find you, not through force, but through alignment. So this is the beginning. The moment you stop trying to get rich from the outside in and start attracting wealth from the inside out. In this video, we're going to break every mental chain that's holding you back. We're going to rebuild your inner world with clarity, fire, and purpose. We're going to walk the path that Napoleon Hill carved for millions before you, and by the time this journey ends, you will no longer think the same. And because of that, you will no longer live the same. You don't need to find the secret. You're already using it right now, every day, every second. Your mind is a magnet, and it's already attracting people, situations, and outcomes, whether you realize it or not. The problem? Most people are attracting exactly what they don't want because they think and speak exactly what they fear. You say, I can't afford that. I'll never get out of this hole. I'm always broke. I never catch a break. And guess what? Your subconscious listens. The universe responds, and your reality bends to match those thoughts. Not because life is cruel, but because the law of attraction is obedient. Whatever you hold dominant in your mind, you invite into your life. That's not theory. That's the basis of Napoleon Hill's legacy. In Think and Grow Rich, he wrote, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But most people only focus on what they can't believe. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are in thought, in belief, in feeling. So the question is, what are you broadcasting every time you wake up and focus on bills? Every time you scroll with jealousy, every time you speak lack or feel anxiety when you think about money, you are tuning your frequency to poverty, and energy doesn't lie. It's like a radio. You can't tune into a wealth station while broadcasting on a fear signal. The law of attraction isn't punishing you. It's just responding to your vibrational command. But here's the good news. You can change your signal. You can shift your vibration. You can rewire your mind to magnetize a new life. And it starts by understanding how your internal world creates your external world. Your beliefs filter your awareness. Your awareness controls your actions. Your actions shape your results. So if you want different results, you need different thoughts, dominant thoughts, not random affirmations, not one-off visualizations, but consistent, intentional mental patterns rooted in power, not fear. This is the shift. You are not a beggar. You are a beacon. You don't plead for money, you become a match for it. You don't chase wealth, you magnetize it. By becoming someone who feels rich before the money arrives, speaks rich before the opportunity shows up, acts rich before the external world confirms it. That's not delusion, that's alignment. You are broadcasting to the universe with every word, every thought, every feeling, and the universe is just echoing back your dominant signal. So if you want to start attracting money, you don't wait for something to happen, you change what you're sending out. Because when you start thinking different, you start attracting different. And the moment you master your mental signal, you don't just chase success, you pull it to you. This is where most people miss it. They read the books, they say the affirmations, they visualize wealth for 5 minutes in the morning, but then they go back to feeling broke, talking broke, living like they expect struggle to be permanent. And their subconscious mind, loyal and obedient, says, got it, keep delivering lack. Your subconscious mind is the builder of your reality, but it builds exactly what you program it to create. Understand this. Your subconscious never questions you. It never doubts you. It simply accepts what you feed it, especially when emotion is attached. So when you say, I'll never get ahead, I'm not good with money, it's just not in the cards for me, your subconscious takes that as a blueprint and begins working day and night to make it real. It filters your opportunities. It controls your decisions. It adjusts your perception. It steers your habits, all without your conscious awareness. That's the real battleground, not the world outside you, but the programming running silently beneath your thoughts. Napoleon Hill understood this. That's why he said, any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. That's the key. Your current life is the compound interest of your subconscious programming. And if you want to start attracting money at a higher level, you must rewrite the code. How do you reprogram the subconscious mind for wealth? Let's make it simple. There are 3 pillars. 1, repetition. Your subconscious learns through repetition, not logic. That means one affirmation is useless. One visualization doesn't do it. One inspired moment isn't enough. You must feed your subconscious the same empowered, wealthy, confident, abundant messages over and over again until it becomes your default identity. Repetition is what carved the negative thoughts into your mind in the first place. Repetition is how you carve something new. 2, emotion. Emotion is the glue that locks ideas into the subconscious. You can't just say, I am rich like a robot. You must feel it, see it, taste it. Let the idea of wealth take over your nervous system. When you combine repetition with emotion, you supercharge your programming. You're no longer just thinking about wealth. You're becoming the vibration of it. 3, environment. Your environment either reinforces your current beliefs or challenges them. Your subconscious is always recording what you listen to, what you watch, who you spend time with, what your surroundings reflect. If you live in clutter, chaos, and low-frequency energy, your subconscious will assume that's normal, and it will keep creating more of it. But if you surround yourself with vision, order, high-energy people, and wealth signals, your subconscious begins to believe that abundance is your new standard. Speak to your subconscious like it's listening, because it is. Every thought, every word, every image, every emotion, you are hypnotizing yourself daily into wealth or into poverty. It's not about whether you're smart enough, it's about whether you're aligned enough. You don't need permission, you need reprogramming, because the world can only give you what your subconscious mind believes you're worthy of receiving, and when that inner thermostat rises, everything else rises with it. Let's make something clear. Wanting isn't enough. Everyone wants money, everyone wants freedom, everyone wants a better life, but most people are still broke, still stressed, still stuck. Why? Because the universe doesn't respond to wants, it responds to expectations. Let that sink in. You don't attract what you wish for, you attract what you believe is inevitable, and that belief, deep, unshakable, emotional belief sits underneath expectation. Think about it. If you want to be rich, but you expect to struggle, you'll struggle. If you want more money, but you expect to stay stuck in your job, you'll stay stuck. If you want to build wealth, but you expect disappointment, rejection, and failure, you'll create it over and over again. Your expectation is the instruction you give to the universe, and it's not spoken with words, it's spoken with frequency, with self-image, with action or lack of it. The real question is, what do you expect? Be honest. Not with your fantasy, but with your subconscious baseline. When you picture your bank account a year from now, do you truly expect it to rise, or do you silently brace for it to stay the same? When you walk into a room full of successful people, do you expect to belong, or do you expect to shrink? When you see others win, do you expect your time is coming, or do you feel like theirs came at your expense? That's the truth. That's the frequency the universe is picking up from you. Not what you say when you're trying to be positive, but what you really believe when it's quiet, when it's hard, when no one's watching. And here's the key. Your expectations aren't fate. They're programming, and programming can be changed. How to shift your expectation set point. 1. Rehearse the future until it feels familiar. You can't expect wealth if it feels like a fantasy. Visualize your future self, the one who's already living in wealth, so vividly, so consistently, that your subconscious begins to feel like that version is real, because once your mind accepts it as familiar, it will begin pulling the physical world into alignment. 2. Train your inner dialogue. Catch the small statements. That's too expensive. Must be nice. I could never afford that. I always mess things up. These are commands, and your subconscious is obeying every one of them. Replace them with new powerful instructions. I attract money with ease. My time is coming and I'm ready. Say it until your body believes it. Say it until doubt evaporates. Say it until you walk different. 3. Act like it's already done. Expectation lives in behavior. If you expect wealth, you prepare for it. You move like it's coming. You manage your money now, not when you make it. You create content now, not when you have more time. You say yes to opportunities now, not when it's safe. When you expect it, you behave like it. And when you behave like it, you become it. And when you become it, money becomes the side effect. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop hoping something will change. Stop begging the world to give you more. Change your expectation, and your world will catch up. This is how wealthy people think. They don't hope for abundance. They expect it. They prepare for it. They walk like it's already done, because to them it is done. That's the level you're stepping into now. No more wishing, just alignment. No more hoping, just certainty. No more waiting, just attracting. You now understand that expectation is instruction, but there is a secret amplifier, an emotional lightning rod that multiplies every instruction you send to the universe. That amplifier is gratitude. Most people treat gratitude like a polite afterthought. Thanks for the coffee. Thanks for the birthday wishes. A reflex, a courtesy, nothing more. But the wealthy, those who live in effortless flow, use gratitude as a technology, because gratitude is not a reaction, it is a frequency, and frequencies do not wait, they broadcast now. 1. Gratitude recodes your reticular activating system. Hidden in your brainstem is a neurological gatekeeper, the RAS. Whatever you constantly notice, it tags as important. It then filters reality, showing you more of it. Complain about bills? The RAS floods your awareness with more bills, more problems, more lack. Celebrate every dollar that arrives, no matter how small. The RAS starts hunting for opportunities to bring in more. Gratitude is the password that recodes the filter from scarcity to abundance. 2. Gratitude supercharges emotion. Remember, the subconscious installs emotion-laden ideas first. Saying I'm rich without feeling is like sending a blank check with no signature. But gratitude makes you feel wealthy before the money lands. And because the subconscious cannot tell imagined emotion from lived emotion, it accepts that wealth is present and begins engineering matching circumstances. 3. Gratitude collapses time. Impatience broadcasts lack. Gratitude broadcasts completion. When you thank life in advance, you announce, I already possess this in the unseen. I'm merely awaiting delivery in the seen. Reality scrambles to prove you right. Daily gratitude protocol. 5 minutes, 3 steps. Present thanks. 60 sec. Eyes closed. Whisper 3 specific things you have now. Roof, lungs, lessons learned. Feel the warmth spread through your chest. Future thanks. 90 sec. Speak gratitude for wealth that has not arrived yet as if it already has. Thank you for the consistent 50K months. Thank you for the effortlessly funded investments. Thank you for the overflow. I joyfully circulate. Let your body tingle with certainty. Transmutation. 90 sec. Visualize that gratitude radiating outward. Golden waves touching clients, partners, strangers. See their lives lift because of your overflow. Anchor the feeling. Riches as service, not just status. I'm grateful for my job, but the pay resets the dial to lack. No comparison.
Gratitude is internal. Comparison is external. Noise that drags vibration down. No weekend warriors. Gratitude is a discipline, not a mood. Rain or shine, practice. So from this moment on, gratitude is not optional. It's your wealth engine's ignition switch. Turn it daily, and the engine roars. Neglect it, and the engine stalls. You are no longer waiting to feel rich after the money arrives. You are broadcasting wealth before it shows, and the universe, compelled by law, will match that broadcast with opportunities, ideas, and cash flow that feel miraculous to the untrained but inevitable to you. You've done the inner work. You've shifted your mindset. You've rewired your subconscious. You've elevated your energy and expectation. But if you stop here, if you just sit and wait for the universe to deliver, you'll stay broke in a beautiful vibration. Let's be clear. The law of attraction is not a replacement for action. It's a multiplier of it. Once your mind is aligned, your next move is motion. Not desperate motion, not panicked motion, but bold, clean, purpose-driven action fueled by belief, not fear. Most people act like they're trying to earn money. You're not here to earn it. You're here to magnetize it, move toward it, and step into it. Your actions are how you tell the universe, I'm ready, I believe, let's go. Belief without action is a lie. You can tell yourself, I believe money is coming, but if your feet stay planted, if your mouth stays silent, if your gifts stay hidden, you don't believe. You're hoping, and the universe doesn't pay hope. It pays clarity. It pays execution. It pays those who show up even when it's uncomfortable. So here's the new rule. Move as if the money's already on its way, because when you walk in certainty, doors open, people respond, opportunities activate. You're not forcing it, you're flowing in it. How to take action from alignment, not desperation. Let's break it down. Aligned action is different from frantic action. Here's the shift. 1. Start before you're ready. Waiting for perfection is procrastination in disguise. Wealth responds to momentum, not permission. Post the content, make the call, launch the offer, ask for the raise, create the product. Done beats perfect, always. 2. Follow inspired nudges. That random idea, that urge to DM someone, that thought to revisit an old dream. It's not random. It's the universe whispering instructions. Move. The faster you act on inspiration, the more you receive. It's spiritual reflex training. 3. Detach from outcome. Obsess over process. Let go of needing instant proof. Instead, become addicted to the work itself. The reps, the message, the discipline, the service. That's where wealth hides in consistency. Growth lives just beyond what feels safe. Ask, what would the wealthiest version of me do right now? Then do that, even if it scares you. Because the version of you that already has the money, they're bold, they're decisive. They act without waiting for applause. Be them now. Action is not just about doing, it's about declaring to your body, to your brain, to the world, to the universe. I believe it's mine, and I'm walking like it's already here. That's how you collapse time. That's how you make miracles practical. That's how you stop being a spectator of wealth and become a participant. Now we flip the script one more time, because even with perfect mindset and massive action, you can still sabotage it all with one toxic habit, doubt. It's time to kill the voice that keeps talking you out of your future. Everything you've learned up to this point, the mindset, the vibration, the expectation, the aligned action, none of it can survive if you don't silence the assassin inside your own mind. And that assassin is doubt. Doubt is the destroyer of destinies. Doubt is the thief that whispers in the silence. Doubt is the voice that says, what if it doesn't work? Who do you think you are? You're not ready. People like you don't get rich. And if you let it speak, it will talk you out of everything you were born to build. Because here's the truth. Your doubt and your dream cannot live in the same space. One has to die, and you get to choose which one. Where does doubt come from? It's not always fear of failure. Sometimes it's fear of success, because success will change you. It will cost you old friends, old habits, old excuses. Doubt shows up when your comfort zone gets nervous. It shows up to protect the old version of you. But guess what? That version has to die for the rich version to rise. 5 weapons to destroy doubt. 1. Evidence over emotion. Doubt is emotional. It's based on old stories and fear loops. But facts don't lie. Keep a victory log. Every win, every time you took action, every time something worked, even a little, review it. Let your brain see, I do follow through. I do grow. I am becoming more. Facts kill fear. 2. Radical environment control. Doubt thrives in toxic spaces. People who complain, mock dreams, or talk about the past. You need an atmosphere where belief is normal. Curate your feed. Curate your friends. Curate your focus. Guard your energy like it's your empire, because it is. 3. Audible affirmation assault. When doubt starts whispering, speak louder. Not just thoughts, spoken words. I am built for this. I was chosen to lead. Money flows to me easily. I am done playing small. This ends with me rich. Period. The voice that speaks wins. The cure is speed. Don't think, move. Don't wait. Create. Don't hesitate, execute. Even one micro action can break the spell of doubt. 5. Visualize completion, not struggle. Most people visualize the battle. You must visualize the win. Close your eyes and see the contract signed. the bank account full, the client saying yes, the freedom day arrived. Burn the image into your nervous system. Let your subconscious lock it in, and doubt will no longer have space to breathe. Every time you silence doubt, you build faith, and faith is the fuel of attraction. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Faith is what magnetizes wealth when logic says it's impossible. Doubt may knock, but it never gets to move in. Not in your mind, not in your voice, not in your life. You've come too far to fall now. Kill the voice or lose the vision. The choice is yours. Freedom is not the absence of structure. Freedom is the reward of discipline. The lie they sold you is that wealth means doing what you want, whenever you want. But the truth, the most successful, the most fulfilled, the most free people in the world are the most disciplined. They master their mornings. They honor their time. They build habits like fortresses. They execute without needing motivation, because they don't move based on how they feel. They move based on who they are becoming. Why discipline attracts wealth? Your subconscious is always watching. When you do what you said you'd do, even when it's hard, you prove that you can be trusted with more ideas, more opportunities, more influence, more money. Discipline is self-respect in motion, and self-respect is the magnet for high-level success. Want to become magnetic to money? Do this. 1. Design your day to reflect wealth before the money arrives. Morning routine that energizes and aligns you. Daily planning that honors your goals. Time blocks that focus your execution. You don't wing it your way to millions. 2. Honor small promises. Every time you say you'll do something and don't, your confidence erodes. But every time you follow through, no matter how small, you become stronger. Start with what's in front of you. Finish the book. Make the call. Clean the space. Deliver on time. Tiny wins stack into massive wealth. 3. Master repetition without boredom. Wealth doesn't come from doing something new every day. It comes from doing the right things over and over. Post, pitch, create, improve, repeat. While others get distracted by novelty, you'll become rich off reliability. 4. Keep score. Track everything. What you did, what worked, what moved the needle. Wealthy people don't hope they're progressing. They measure it. 5. Do it even when you don't feel like it. Feelings are unreliable. They swing. They lie. They fade. But discipline decides. Get up. Do the work. Execute the plan. Because real freedom is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't want to do it. You say you want to be rich. Prove it. With your habits. With your schedule. With your consistency. With the way you show up when no one's clapping. This is the unglamorous truth. The bridge between your current life and the rich one you want is discipline. You've built the mindset. You've started the motion. You've silenced doubt and embraced discipline. But now, you need a reason. Because money without meaning will always leave you empty. And discipline without direction will eventually run dry. Purpose is what keeps you moving when the applause stops. Purpose is what makes you dangerous to mediocrity. Purpose is the invisible force behind unstoppable wealth. The richest people on earth are purpose-driven. Look closely. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. Look closely. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. Run out to Chepline Earth are purpose-driven. You need skybel to eyes. You needable thori a pedjirain on one you touring. That if you want, the power for his people. It sharpens your no. It amplifies your yes. It gives your grind a soul. How to find your purpose-driven path to wealth. You don't find your purpose in a book. You remember it by going inside. Ask, run out to noon. What breaks your heart? What lights you up? What injustice makes you angry? What would you still fight for if no one ever clapped? That's the seed. Now plant it in your work. Let it shape your voice. Let it fuel your brand. Let it guide your message, your moves, your model. Align wealth with impact. You're not just here to get rich. You're here to become someone powerful enough to change the world around you. Your money is a tool, a microphone, a magnifier. The more aligned you are, the faster the money comes. Because energy flows where intention is clear. Without purpose, you burn out. Without purpose, it's just grind. Empty hustle, pointless flexing, a never-ending treadmill of more, with no fulfillment. But with purpose, every dollar has a mission, every goal has meaning, every sacrifice becomes sacred. This is the truth the world won't tell you. Money is not the final goal. Money is the fuel for the mission. And when your mission is powerful, when your cause is righteous, when your heart is aligned with impact, the universe conspires, people respond, doors unlock, wealth moves, because now you're not just a success story, you're a vessel, a force, a movement, and money loves motion with meaning.